Hey, everybody. Happy Thursday. I hope that you are doing well. My name is Rose Stein. I'm the founder of the Butt in the Jeans program. And then, of course, the Butt in the Jeans community, which is an opportunity for us to come together with sharing ideas and support and kindness around weight loss, health, vitality, metabolism, energy, all that kind of good stuff. Definitely, I've named it Butt in Those Jeans for a reason, because I do believe that feeling confident and comfortable in our body and being able to move through life comfortably like that, being able to wear our clothes that are already in our closet is a pretty good indicator that what we're doing is good. So we don't have to stop and think about it, right? Like, it's really nice to know that I, put all my summer clothes away last year, brought out all the winter clothes, of course, buy some new things along the way, and it easily fits from year to year. That was not my experience for all of my life since I was 8 years old. So that's nice. It's nice. There's something really fantastic about having that kind of consistency, that base foundation. It's like one less thing to worry about. And I am huge on that. Huge on, let's take some things off of the plate of life, right? Let's remove some of the stress, some of the strain, some of the confusion, some of the frustration, especially when it comes to the way in which we think about our bodies, our weight, our mind, our clarity, our energy, our mood. All of those things can be kind and compassionate and nice and consistent, right? That's really the idea. And so when we have that really base foundation, then it's so much easier to deal with life stuff, because life sure does happen when we're busy making other plans, for sure. So today I would love to talk to you about a really fantastic topic of support and accountability. That is one of the things that has been the make or breaker for me in my life. It is certainly how I have structured my group for my members and my clients, is making sure that we are all getting the support and the accountability that it is that we need to really make those powerful positive changes. And what exactly does that mean? Why is support so important? So it's just kind of, fun. I always go Googling stuff. So I put in there, why is it important to get support when making a change? And one of the topics or ideas or answers to that question that came up is talking about the length of time that it takes to make a lifestyle change. And it says that on average, it takes more than 2 months before a new behavior becomes automatic. And I talk a lot about automaticity in my program. 66 days to be exact. And how long it takes a new habit to form can vary widely depending on the behavior, the person, and the circumstances. There was a study that they did called the Lally study. It took anywhere from 18 days to 254 days for people to form a new habit. And if you go and do a little bit of research on habits, that's a pretty big difference, right? Like 18 days is like what, a little more than a couple of weeks, and 254 days is pretty substantial. The difference between a couple of weeks and almost a year is a pretty big difference, especially if what it is that you need to be doing is keeping consistent, right? Like, waiting almost a year for a behavior to become automatic means that you have to put conscious energy and conscious effort on a day-to-day basis. And if we're talking about food, it's at least 3 times a day, right? Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Even if you're doing some kind of like fasting or one time or eating 5 times or whatever it is, it's several times a day. There needs to be conscious effort on exactly what it is that you're doing. And for that to take month after month after month after month after month, that can really be exhausting. And it's no wonder that people tend to kind of fall off. Is it possible for all of us to create long-lasting, healthy, positive behavior changes for our life that enhance our energy and our vitality and our experience? Yes, 100%, that is available for all of us. What does it take to have that kind of consistency so that you stick do it and don't give up 5 seconds before the miracle happens. And it seems like a miracle when we could not do something on our own for so long, and then all of a sudden it's like it's automatic. It's simple. We just do it. We don't have to think about it. We don't have to worry about it. We don't have to do any of that stuff. It's simply a part of our natural day-to-day experience, is to show up powerfully, is to live authentically, is to set good boundaries for ourselves, is to eat well, is to have movement. It's automatic that we wake up and we go for a walk or whatever it is that we want to make automatic. Typically there's some like base foundation habits, if you will, or behaviors that create health. We're human. So sleeping well, eating well, drinking well, right? Moving well, having nice positive thoughts. Like there's a base foundation for all of us. But what exactly that looks like is going to vary from person to person, depending on their age, their vitality, their health, their work schedule, their life, their desires, what inspires them. Right? So what does it mean to have the kind of accountability, to have the kind of support, to kind of have the kind of transformation that is necessary for you to make those changes? What are you really willing to do? What are you not willing to do? Again, that's going to vary from person to person, and what is attractive to you and what it is that you will put your energy and effort into and be willing to do it sustainably long term. It's going to take a normalizing of success, and the environment that we place ourselves in is going to determine how long it takes to make those habits that you want to make automatic. Right? Like if you were just to think to yourself, okay, in a year from now, I would like to be doing this, 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 and this. And I know that if I was doing those things consistently and that I wanted to do them, or if they were just automatic, I didn't have to think about them, wow, my whole life would be different. Probably has something to do with drinking more water, less alcohol and soda, eating better, exercising, sleeping better, those sorts of things, those base foundations. And of course, what exactly that looks like in your life is going to be unique to you. So if you were to imagine that time in the future, what do you need to do to normalize that? Now, let me give you an example. If you are living with people who have dessert every single night, eat out and, eat things that are full of dead and devitalized foods that aren't really serving the body, things that are full of chemicals and processing and flours and sugars and colors and all kinds of stuff like that, it is going to be challenging for you to make those kinds of choices for yourself. They're going to give you the vitality that it is that you want and that you need and that you desire and that you deserve. Now, on the flip side, if you have that kind of accountability, that kind of support, that kind of consistency on a regular basis, what begins to happen is that we are no longer like that type of behavior is no longer totally normalized. It doesn't take up 100% of your understanding of life, that you are beginning to create a community. And ideally, that's what this community is about, is letting you know, right? Planting that little seed in your mind that, hey, you know what? This is possible for you too. Happy and healthy and joyous and free. That those kinds of habits and behaviors can become automatic. It doesn't have to be hard. Weight loss and health and vitality doesn't need to be a struggle. It doesn't need to be about deprivation. It doesn't need to be about starvation. It can be fun. It can be exciting. It can be exhilarating. One of my clients is on vacation right now, and I'll tell you, leading up to the vacation, there was a lot of work that we did on reframing the understanding of what it means to be on a vacation and really showing up fully to that. She posted, which I'm just so exciting. She posted a video explaining the mind transformation that had happened. I think I actually reposted it for you guys as well. Marion Knopp, Knopp. If you watch her little video, she explains the transformation that happened, that she used to think when she was going out to eat that it was some kind of treat, that it was something special, that it was, she had to get something that she couldn't or wouldn't get at home, that it had to be super exciting. And when she realized that it could actually just be lunch, right? Like just lunch, right? It doesn't have to be this like grand adventure. She was like, oh my goodness. And what she ordered was, then it became so exciting and invigorating because she changed her attitude and her perception about it. And then she got to have the experience of being on vacation, feeling good before the meal, feeling good during the meal, and feeling good after the meal. Not all bloated and disappointed and looking for dessert and whatever stuff that sometimes happens for us. So what she's done that's different is that she has created, she has asked for, she has stepped into an environment where in our group, we have that support and that accountability. We are normalizing success. We are normalizing what it means to have a healthy, vibrant mind, a healthy, vibrant body, what it means to move through life, through vacations, through holidays, through birthdays, through life, really showing up for the joy of the experience and not just for the excitement of whatever sugary thing that we think we have to have. And again, it's not that she went into that, okay, I'm only going to eat this thing that I have, and I'm going to stick to my diet and it's all good. It wasn't about control. It was about a transformation. It was about a change in feeling and outlook. It was about beginning to understand what it means to look, act, and respond to life naturally thin. Not that there aren't other thoughts, but that the life is not revolved around getting the food, having the food, and then regretting the food and saying that we're never going to do that again. And this time it's going to be different, and trying to control it and all of that madness. There is a peace that comes from this. So again, what we want to do with that support and that accountability is we begin to normalize the pathways in the mind that go towards the health and the vitality, that begin to change and transform the habits of thoughts, which then change and transform the habits of action, which then allow you to live a life that is happy and healthy and joyous and free. And that's how we take that almost 1 year of like white knuckling it, making it happen before it becomes automatic, to shortening that down to, you know, a few months and then a couple months. And then actually it's only a couple of weeks. I mean, I've seen these kind of changes and transformations happen in people like almost instantaneously. Like sometimes all that we need is permission. It's okay to live your life free. It's okay to feel really good in your body. It's okay to make good choices for yourself. It's okay to say yes when it's appropriate. It's okay to say no when it's appropriate. So how we really live this life confidently with that vitality and that centeredness is making sure that we normalize success, that we normalize health. I'm sorry, I'm going to do a little soapbox here for a second, but in the society that we live in, if you just do not make sure that you create that environment intentionally around health and vitality, if you just leave it to the news, leave it to the media, leave it to your community of people around you, chances are what's normal is to be on medication, a lot of medication. It's normal to feel sick and tired. It's normal, quote, I'm being sarcastic right now. It's normal to have really crazy menstrual cycles where we're talking about intense PMS, where people are, you know, women are angry and emotional and in pain for days at a time and having different kinds of surgeries. And I mean, all of that is normal. It's normal to gain 15, 20 pounds in 3 months because you couldn't go out, or call it the COVID-15. Like all of that normalcy is total BS. It's normal to feel sick, tired, upset, depressed, and be on medication. BS. I'm calling no, thank you. I'm not interested in being normal in the American society in 2020. I want more. And it's not crazy. It's crazy that that's what's normal. So what we've done is we're beginning to create a support system, create some accountability to normalize health and vitality. It's normal to sleep all the way through the night. It's normal to eat fresh, alive, and vibrant foods. It's normal to go to bed at a reasonable hour, right? It's normal to wake up feeling good, having energy. It's normal to not need to take a nap in the afternoon, unless, of course, you want to, and that's totally fine as well. But if you need to, it's normal to crave water, right? When you're thirsty. That is totally normal. So again, what I would like for you is to begin to create a community, a support group. You want to jump into mine? I am more than willing and would love to have you. That's exactly why I am creating. And of course, there's some other things that we do as well. But that's one of the reasons why it's important for me to have this kind of a community, to have this kind of a support group where we are normalizing health, vitality, wellness, and successful weight, healthy, vibrant, alive at an ideal weight. We were feeling comfortable and confident in our bodies. You deserve that. It is normal and natural, and it is okay for you to have that. Okay, so my last little note here is that when we do that, when we normalize success, when we give ourselves permission to be healthy and vibrant alive, when we realize that other people may not like that, it may rub up against them wrong because in their mind, they have normalized that it's okay and that it's normal to be on various medications, to be feeling sick all the time, to have aches and pains, to be tired, to be grumpy, to be moody, to have crazy PMS, to whatever the deal is, to have no sexual interests, a low libido, like all of that stuff. And we are making a change and a transformation. And when our light begins to shine like that with health and vitality, it can really piss some people off. And that's another reason why it's really important to have a community and a social group that smiles and nods and says, I know, totally. That kind of stuff does pass, right? It's kind of like at first, it just kind of rubs people wrong. And that's can be one of the reasons why we shrink, right? Because we don't want to make other people feel bad. We don't. I don't either. And that is actually doing them a disservice, right? It's doing them a disservice because what if they have the inspiration that they want to step up and be healthy? Then they saw what happened to you and how you, right, how people treated you, and then it was so hard and you shrank. So one of the ways in which we can really show our loved ones that kind of strength and stability is to make sure that we have that consistency, that support, that solid foundation so that we can weather all the bumps of the road and continue to shine regardless. And then eventually the other people kind of, they follow along because it becomes very attractive to be healthy and vibrant and alive, especially when it's pretty simple and easy, right? It doesn't have to be so dramatic. So what happens is that we begin to make choices for ourselves that build our self-confidence, that build our self-esteem. And little by little, as we begin to, again, normalize that success, it just becomes a natural part of living. And it's no longer a struggle. It is now automatic. So take a moment right now and just think about what that would really be like for you. What would it be like if it was normal to wake up feeling really good, that you didn't have those aches and pains? What would it be like if there was no drama, trauma, or pain during your menstrual cycle? What would that be like? I'll tell you, it did take a little bit of time for my body to rebalance and heal from that. It wasn't a 30-day thing. It wasn't right away where I was like, boom, look at me. I have no more PMS. Like it takes a little bit of time for the hormones to balance out, but it did eventually happen. So what would that be like for you? Right? What if it was totally normal that your body had energy and vitality and you slept all the way through the night and you woke up feeling energized and refreshed? What if you went to parties and social events and you had a good time and you honored your body and you came home and you didn't have to ever start over on Monday again? What if every time you went to the closet, your clothes fit the same every time? What if someone called and said, hey, let's go to the beach? You grabbed a swimsuit and you went, and there was not even a second thought. What if every time you walked past the mirror, you were like, right on, girl, do your thing, right? Looking good. What if someone gave you a compliment and you just said, thank you? There wasn't another thought about it. There wasn't a, oh, well, what did I look like yesterday? Or what are they thinking? Or what are they going to think when I gain 20 pounds again? Or what do they really mean? Or, oh, it's just because I have makeup on, or whatever, right? What if it was just thank you and you accepted it and went about your day? What if you had some attention from whatever human, right? Maybe it was male attention, maybe it was female, whatever it was. What if you got some attention and you felt really strong and secure and confident in your mind and in your body, and you just let it be? You didn't make a thing about it. You didn't feel pressure to act any certain way. And you went on with your life. What if you could leave the lights on at night with your loved one and not think about it? Not be concerned, worried. Yeah. What if these things were normal, just a normal standard part of your day in life? What if you knew exactly what you were going to eat for the day, had exactly what that is, went to bed feeling good, day after day after day after day? And these are the kind of things that I would like to normalize for you. These are the kind of things that we are working on a regular basis. These are the sorts of ideas that are abnormal in regular society, and yet, you know what? It's happening. There's a group of us, and we are growing, and we are getting stronger, and we are getting more secure, and we are getting more confident, and we are getting healthier. And I want you to be a part of that. All right. So again, take a moment. I know I keep talking. I'm like, take a moment and breathe and just think about that. So I was painting a little bit of a picture for you. And you might have noticed that for some of the things that I said, you were like, yeah, right on, I can envision that. And other things you were like, that's crazy. No way. Well, what if? I don't know. Do people really think like that? Well, I don't want to be cocky. I don't want to be, think that I'm better than anyone else. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about being that right size. Not better, not worse. Just a human being doing your thing without all the judginess. So take a moment and just for a second, allow yourself the grace, allow yourself the opportunity to just be okay in this mind, in this body, with this life experience right now. And what if all those things were true for you? Take another deep breath in. So I'll tell you, that is the difference between the 18 days and the 254 days. That is the difference right there. Your subconscious mind cannot create a reality for you that it has no concept of. Right? That is why the support system, and that is why the accountability, and that is why normalizing success is so freaking important, is because you have to give your subconscious mind an idea to roll with. It has to have an image, a picture, an idea, a feeling. It has to have a direction. Otherwise, it's just going to keep giving you what it's been giving you before, which is exactly why we are where we're at. Right? So if you want to know what's going on inside of there, just look around. That's what's happening. So every time you take a moment to think about what it is that you want in your future, to step outside of your present circumstances, to imagine a life that is happy and healthy and joyous and free of this weight. The weight is in the past. The weight has been released from the mind. The weight has been released from the body, and you're really living free. That is the difference, because the way where our memories get stored in our mind, whether the thing happened for real and we're looking through our senses, right? So like what we see, hear, taste, touch, smell, feel, gets stored inside of the brain as a memory. When you imagine how you want it to be and you imagine it again and again and again and again, and you add more color, more sound, maybe even some smells, maybe even some flavors, maybe even some feelings, it begins to be stored in that same place as a memory. And then your subconscious begins to say, aha, now this is familiar. Now I understand where we're going. Yes, it's normal to feel good and healthy and vibrant and alive. It's normal to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner and not have dessert every night. It is normal to take care of ourselves and go to bed at a reasonable time. It's normal to drink water. It's normal to ask for help. Yes, that's familiar. I've seen it before. I've heard it before. I've smelt it. Tasted it before. I feel it. Okay, so that is about the support. That is about normalizing success. That is about using your mind for your own good to help you make the changes that you really want in your life. All right, I am so proud of you. It is so exciting to be here on this super warm day. I don't know where you're at, but I'm in California and it's super warm. I don't know if you can like see sweat dripping down my forehead. We're having a good time out here with lots of warmth and lots of heat, and it's good for us. All right, I will see you, what's today, Thursday? Cool. So I will see you tomorrow, same time, same place. All right, love ya. Bye.